Well, welcome to the first of our Supercars Sessions. We're live on Zoom with, 8 drivers to get us started. We got Jacklebrock, Tim Slade, Will Brown, Scott Pite, Nick Percat, Andre Heimgartner, Zane Goddard, and Anton Di Pasquale. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. We're going to do this every week with different drivers, team owners, Super 2, whatever comes our way. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with Jacklebrock, who's my bottom right today. G'day, buddy. I know that we're all sort of surviving the Melbourne lockdown at the moment. How are you going with that?
Yeah, it's not too bad at the moment. Just, don't know, I feel like we haven't done all 6 of them, so it's been a bit strange. We're just sort of taking it day by day. But, yeah, I've got a little pup here, so he's keeping me busy. Don't know why we've got a border collie, but, yeah, he's running around and eating everything. So it's been interesting.
Nice. We'll have to get some dog tips from Nick for you. Tim Slade, lockdown in Queensland. You're out of it now. How was it? And how do you reckon it's compared to some of the other ones that have popped up around the country?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really affect our lives massively, fortunately. Yeah, it affects a bit of Danny's work, and I guess with Geordie when I'm home, I'm mainly daddy daycare and letting her sort of catch up on all of her stuff and, you know, bits and pieces of work that she does from home. So, yeah, I mean, I guess barring the normal sort of restrictions, yeah, fortunately didn't affect us too much.
How do you go being home with Geordie, and especially if Danny's working, because there's the only 2 dads on here? I found that pretty hard last year when we were doing the big long haul.
Oh, how so? What do you mean?
Being at home with the kid.
Oh no, it's good. Yeah, it's enjoyable. I guess if you're doing it, you know, all day, every day. When you're the type of person that's, you know, motivated by, I guess, well, for us, racing and always looking forward to that next race and working towards that. And with that, I guess so far away can become a bit, no, I won't say mundane, but, you know, it's just kind of a bit Groundhog Day is the whole, I guess, lockdown period and even, you know, this long period that we have off now. But it's good because, you know, we can sort of, I mean, obviously love spending time with your own child. There's nothing better, but yeah, you can sort of share the load between myself and Danny and you know, Danny's parents as well.
I think the only guy to survive lockdown on this whole Zoom chat is Will Brown, because Toowoomba will seem to just escape that one. So you were able to go to work, and what's life been like since Townsville?
Yeah, we were lucky. Obviously, being out of lockdown's been great, but life after Townsville's been pretty casual. What have I done? I went to some footy grand finals last weekend. All my mates play union, so that was a good time, and that's really about it. Just working and cruising around, keeping fit.
No beers at the grand final, Will?
I won't disclose anything there.
Are you doing like drive for life at the team or something?
It's August, guys. Settle down.
Did you get through July?
That was pretty good.
Did you get through July? Did all of Erebus get?
Yeah. There might have been 1 or 2 golden tickets bought, but I got through it. Yeah.
Did you get to celebrate after making the shootout up there? That was pretty good.
No, I didn't. That's all right.
What was the experience of making your first shootout like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I ballsed it up at turn 2 straight away. I said, don't lock up at turn 2, and I did it straight away. So that was pretty good, which is no, that's typical me. I'll lock up front anywhere. But, yeah, that was good. But, yeah, it was cool to make the shootout, cool to start, you know, in that top 10 and, you know, racing those guys up there. It's always good. So, yeah, enjoyed it.
Be remiss of us to not mention Zane Goddard in the top 10 shootout up at Townsville. Mate, well done. You've made a couple this year. Obviously didn't end well, but you threw everything at that lap, didn't you?
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Yeah, I was a bit of a shame. It was cool to get into the 10. I was giving it a fair crack, but yeah, just missed the pedals. So won't do that one twice. A bit embarrassing, but yeah, we'll live.
I did it at Darwin and had a much bigger crash, so you're all right, mate.
Yeah.
Did the pedal move on you?
It gone.
Yeah, jumped out of the way.
Did you get some good feedback? Have you picked up a few extra fans? Because you certainly turned some heads up there that weekend.
Probably whoever gets the contract of fixing tyre walls is probably my new fan. But apart from that, nah.
Andre Heimgartner, welcome to our first Supercar session of the year. The big news for your team, obviously, is I wouldn't say change of ownership, but what the incoming change that's coming your way. What are your thoughts now that you've had a few weeks to digest all that news?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty exciting. Obviously, everything grows on board. They're pretty switched on. So, I think we're going to see some big changes over the next year. So, it won't happen straight away, the team getting better, but, it's a thing over time. And, no doubt with the people that are coming, it's going to be a really, really strong team in the future.
Have we figured out a future team name? Is it just going to be Grove Racing?
I guess so, yeah. If you have any suggestions, I'll let them know.
Yeah, hit us up in the comments if you're watching this right now. What do you think Andre's team called next year? There's been a bit of news circulating around where you'll be next year. Are we close to hearing an announcement about that?
I'm not sure how long is a piece of string, so hopefully I'll know very soon. But I don't think you guys will find out for a little while. But we'll wait and see.
Alrighty. Anton, there was some news getting around today that you'll be in the same colours next year. I thought that was sort of always the plan, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was a plan too, but I think a few people were questioning it because I'm not sure if it was ever public knowledge. So, that was always the plan. Me and Will, if you head into a new team, it's always hard to do it over 1 year, especially with two drivers. So for us to work together for 2 years was always the plan. And then obviously phase into Gen 3 from there.
Speaking of Gen 3, Scott, I saw the renders, particularly the DeWalt car looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty tough. I think the livery in general looks good, even on this year's car, the current model, but it looks even better going to Gen 3. It's definitely wide and low, which is always cool. I think the fans have received it pretty well. It's nice to see so many positive comments in the comment section for a change. It's been interesting seeing the feedback, and especially on the Irwin one as well. Like there's, a really difficult color palette that they've got to work with because of the different brands, and they've made it work really well. I mean, to mix the Bunnings green and the Irwin blue and everything together has come out real well. So the Gen 3, I think it's for all the cars, I'm sure the Ford as well, it's pretty hard to make a livery look bad on those things. They're pretty tough looking race cars.
For 2022, you're another guy that we're looking forward to hearing some news from. Are we any closer to figuring all that out?
Yeah, I am for sure, and probably similar with Andre. It's something that we find out first, and I'm in no rush to make anything public as such, as long as I'm happy where I'm sitting. And right now, I'm really happy, loving my time at Charlie and at Charlie's team, and I don't see myself going anywhere. But I'm just loving the opportunities he's giving us and the crew we're working with. So I think it's for me, it's not really been something I've focused on. It's kind of been a conversation I've had with Charlie, and we're both really happy, and it is what it is at the moment. I think it'll be that.
Okay. Is it hard to sort contracts out during lockdown? Because I imagine you and Charlie would love to actually be able to catch up.
It is. I guess it depends on the people. Like I love to sit in front of someone and have the conversation. I imagine what we've had so far is fairly short conversations because we're both extremely happy. Like Charlie's a pretty inspiring boss to have in general, just someone who, makes the crew and myself dig deep every day of the week, is someone you want to work for. So, I think the conversation will be pretty short, but I'd love to obviously be sitting in front of the guy when we do a deal. I'm not the kind of person that does anything over the phone, and I'm sure, I know Charlie's not as well. So, we're in no rush, though. We're both really happy, I think. Well, I guess I can say that I am. I think, we'll have something sorted soon, hopefully.
And you'd like to keep working with Phil?
Yeah, definitely. We're like I don't really know how to describe our relationship. It's we're like the odd couple, but we're actually more similar, I think, than we realise. So both really fiery, really passionate about things. We definitely don't hold grudges, and we lay it all out there. And I think that's where we've made good progress. It speeds the process up if one's not afraid of hurting the other's feelings. And Phil is one of the guys in pit lane who he's just unique. He's one of the best there is to have as a race engineer. So of course, I'd be silly to let go an opportunity of working with Phil into the future. He's certainly one of the best.
Nice. Nick's popped back up again, getting the new Wi-Fi sorted in the new joint, mate.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened there. Bit of a technical drama.
How's people who follow you closely on Instagram will notice that you've had a change of scenery, mate?
Yeah, so I'm up in Slady's neck of the woods, which is something I know. If anyone that knows me well, I've threatened it for many years, and then the I don't know, the timing of it all and lockdowns and all that stuff kind of just made it easy. So yeah, Bailey's up here with me in Nelson, and we packed our bags for Townsville, and that's all we have still. So we haven't been able to get our stuff out of Melbourne. So we're still at the same suitcase. I have more of these than I do casual clothes at the moment, which is fine. You don't need much up here. So yeah, enjoying it. And yeah, I can see why everyone moves up to the coast, really, to be honest.
What are you most going to miss about Melbourne?
To be honest, the only reason I stayed for as long as I did was my mates down there. But you know, we're all older now, and everyone's getting on with what they're doing. So you know, for me, the lifestyle down there didn't suit what I like doing anymore. So I'll still pop down there, and you know, we'll see Bailey's family and friends, and my go-kart's still down there. So I still want to do some Vic Country Series karting down there with my friend Jake and Rochi. So yeah, I'll still be down for that stuff, but that's about it, to be honest.
Hey Jack, 2022 for you. Your name's been passed around plenty as well as to what your future might hold. Can you give us any sneak peek as to what you want to be doing?
Yeah, still up in the air, mate. We'll still a few months left in this year, so keep chipping away, and yeah, hope we get back racing for the rest of this year. And yeah, what happens next year and onwards, I suppose will unfold. So yeah, time will tell.
Does it help that all the people that you need to speak to at the moment are all Melbourne-based and you're Melbourne-based, or does lockdown sort of affect that?
No, it hasn't been too bad. We're still able to, I suppose, get to the team if we really need to. But yeah, it's all been pretty cruisy. So no, it's all, I suppose, full steam ahead with what we're doing. And yeah, just want to get back on track, really. I think everyone's the same.
We've got the ESeries not too far away, about 13 days to be exact. Anton, you're pretty quick last time around, and we're going to see you pop up again in the shell colours virtually.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if that's what we're doing. I mean, yeah, I mean, we all got probably worn out a little bit from it last time. It's not something we really want to do unless we kind of not have to, but the circumstances fit. You know, we'd rather be racing the real thing around a real track. But yeah, I mean, if that's what we're doing, I'll have a dip. I got my sim sent up just before Townsville, just before the lockdowns and stuff down south. So been setting that up just conveniently, and then now the ESeries is happening. So I guess good timing there, maybe a bit of prediction. But yeah, it's something I don't mind doing. Probably more on a fun level than a competitive level. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we'll probably know a little bit more in the next week or so what the format is and what the plan is.
The only real news we've seen so far has been from Cool Drive. You guys, Tim, have called in a super sub to fill the All-Star seat.
Yeah, we've got Josh Anderson and Matty Payne. So yeah, go those guys.
Scott Pye. Yeah, are you gonna do like any spotting? Yeah.
What's that?
You're gonna be cheering them on. Scott Pye, Twitch. We're gonna be back on Twitch on Wednesday nights, mate. You were running that show last year.
Yeah, I will do. I think I did a stream the other day. I couldn't remember my login or anything for it, so I went back in, and it was crazy to see there's still some people subscribed there, and some straight away jumped back in and subscribed again. So I think I will. It's obviously you know, the whole point of this is to keep our fans entertained and even bring new ones to the sport if we can. So there's nothing really happening midweek. New South Wales is obviously in a bad state, so I'm sure there's plenty of people looking for a reason to smile, and hopefully we can give them that. I think that's what it's about. So the opportunity came up to do ESeries. I jumped at it. I don't know if it was strategical or not, but Frosty got rid of his sim pretty quickly after the last ESeries. So I'm actually I'm the only one of the two anyway with the sim. But yeah, I'll jump straight back into it, and yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it was the outlap thing came about because obviously I was crashing on the outlap of every session, so I'm pretty useless. But I think once, like Anton said, we like to do this as a probably not so competitive level. It's more enjoyable for us if we can have some fun with it. But of course, we still end up being competitive. So there's some YouTube clips out there of me having a blow up at the sim, blaming all the tools but myself. So yeah, I think it'll be a good laugh, and hopefully we can give everyone a much needed smile, because not only in Victoria, I mean, Victoria's struggling because they're into their 6th lockdown, and someone said before, it's difficult for us. You try and relate, and obviously we're all struggling with it, but we missed a lot of the lockdown last year. So even when you talk to friends, it's like, well, you didn't really live through it. So there's plenty of people out there hurting in New South Wales, especially right now. At this particular moment, I'm sure want something to enjoy during the week, and hopefully we can provide that.
Agreed. Last bit of news I had was Mapstone Racing, last team to announce a Bathurst lineup. Zane, how far off do you reckon we are from hearing that little piece of news?
To be honest, I don't even know if we're still considering a few people, so nothing's set in stone. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
You told me who it was yesterday. Tell us, Zane. You told me who it was.
Yeah, stop lying, Zane.
Don't lie to everyone. Give the fans what they want.
Leanne's good on the sim, so I might get her in.
Leanne down.
I heard Leanne put in 50 hours of practice last year.
Yeah, Leanne was on it. But this year, I just don't have that sort of time in me. So I won't be back.
All right, boys. Thank you for your time. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this. We're going to try and do much more of this across lockdown, because exactly like Scott was saying, we need to give everyone plenty to look forward to throughout the week, and a little bit to smile at when we get through these big midweek slogs. So thinking of everyone doing it in lockdown right now, feeling it right now in Melbourne. All the best to all the guys in Queensland who can go and enjoy some sunshine. Well done, Nick, for the big move. And hopefully see a few of you guys on Wednesday night, not too far away, when we go racing for the new ESeries. But thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for
See ya. Bye.